welcome to our first episode of Maker Monday. Hello. We can't be in the building with you, but we can still bring you programming virtually. And today's episode of Maker Monday is a cooking episode. Next week's will be a craft with Michelle, and we're going to take turns all the way through November. This week's episode is about cheese. It's Maker Monday, say cheese, because I love cheese. So we're going to talk about a special kind of grilled cheese today. Let me take the banner down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, excellent. Before I get started, because I just touched that dirty computer, I'm going to walk over here to the sink and wash my hands. Always remember to wash your hands when you cook. All right, take a piece of paper towel. Okay. All right, now we're ready to get started. We are indeed saying cheese today. We're going to make a special type of grilled cheese, a Mexican-inspired type of grilled cheese using a tortilla. And I'm going to pour a little olive oil in to the pan. I have an electric griddle here. I'm going to sploosh the oil around. But you can do this on a stovetop. Always remember to have adult supervision, especially if you're under 12, and especially if you've never used the oven before. But always, it's more fun to cook with an adult. And adults, cooking is a great way to teach. Hi again. So cooking is a great way to teach. You can teach geography, social studies, different shapes, sort of geometry. I mean, cooking can be a lesson. So during your virtual teaching time, when you have lunch, make it into a lesson. For instance, I'm doing quesadillas today. That would be a great lesson talking about Mexico, right? The country of Mexico. I'm using, as I said, a tortilla. This is really just a fancy grilled cheese. I'm going to put my tortilla onto the grill, which you may remember before I was interrupted, has some olive oil in it. And while it's cooking, let's talk about what else you could use besides the tortilla. This is really just a type of grilled cheese. You could use bagels, right? These are bagel thins I used for pizza making in another episode that I did. Or you could use good old whole wheat bread. Now, I put olive oil in the pan today to do my quesadilla. And I do olive oil when I cook my regular grilled cheeses too. I don't like to butter the bread because I find that I rip up the bread, and that's no fun. You might like to put it on the bread, and maybe you get it nice and smooth, and it does give it a richer taste. But just a hint for you, you could use mayonnaise too. Mayonnaise spreads easier, and it apparently gives you a nicer brown. I've never used mayonnaise. I pretty much always use oil, and you can really use any type of oil. So now my tortilla is cooking. Let's put some cheese in. And I apologize for the disruption before, but I'm just going to keep going and hope we don't get disrupted again. And I'm putting Mexican cheese blend plus mozzarella plus some smoked cheddar plus some baby tomatoes. You could add whatever you like, any type of cheese. There's no right or wrong way. It's all what you like. And then I'm going to flip it over. I could have done, I'm using my hand. You should really just use a spatula. You could use 2 tortillas, but I don't want quite so many carbs. Carbs are bread-related items. And I want to kind of keep my carbs down. So I'm only using 1 tortilla, and it's a small tortilla. You could do it with a much bigger one as well. I'm going to flip it so it gets in. I'm using my hand again. All right. And you can see it's getting nice and brown. I've got it on about 300 degrees on my griddle. It's getting nice and brown there. And let's talk about some of the things you can put in grilled cheese. If you did a regular grilled cheese, I don't think I do this with a tortilla, but one of my favorite places, and I won't say their name because I don't want to advertise because I know we're not supposed to do that. But one of my favorite places in Royal Oakey's is honey, tomatoes, basil, and oregano along with their cheese for their grilled cheese, and it's delicious. You can get herbs at the store. You can buy fresh basil, fresh oregano. You can get it in a bottle. Maybe you have a cool grown-up, or maybe even you do your own herb garden. That's super cool. Not so much me, but you can buy all that stuff too. So I can hear my quesadilla sizzling away here. I'm going to take it out along with the pepper that fell out. And it's okay if things fall out. And then I'm going to top it with some salsa. Yum, 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 yum. I've got some salsa here. I'm going to pour on. And you know what? I've been doing this with my mask all this time, boys and girls. I'm going to take it off for the end. I hope you can hear me okay. But I'm going to take it off and put it on the paper towel. Always remember to have a mask if you're near people. I'm here in the lounge, and at the moment there's nobody here. But even if they were, they'd be far away. But right now I can have my mask off. I just forgot to take it off. All right. So I've got my quesadilla here with some salsa. You can use sour cream or avocado and make a guacamole with mashed avocado. All kinds of delicious things you can do. I'm going to turn my griddle off and take my cord off, and I'm going to do my favorite part. I'm going to eat. I'm going to try my quesadilla. But first, I'm going to wash my hands again, because you always wash your hands before you eat. All right. Now I've got my salsa. I've got my quesadilla. I'm going to give it a try. Yum. And I probably have salsa over my face. That's okay. Just wipe it off. Another lesson, boys and girls. Don't eat with your mouth full like I just did. Don't do that. Grown-ups, here's another place you can teach the kids, right? Teach them about table manners. Things like chewing with your mouth closed and not talking with your mouth full. So sorry about that. Even grown-ups make mistakes. So I really want to thank you for joining me today. I want to tell you one more thing. Let me go to the banners here. There it is. Oh, this isn't even live, but you know, things happen. There it is, youth at southfieldlibrary.org or 796-4200. If you want to ask us a question, we are open curbside, and we'd love to hear from you. There's also a form at our website, www.southfieldlibrary.org, that you can fill out for Reader's Advisory or for putting specific books that you're interested in. So I hope that you'll contact us, and please, please, please remember that we're open and we're here for you. And Michelle will be here with a craft next week. Before I sign off, I want to tell you about a cookbook. Speaking of things you can check out, this one is Passport on a Plate, and it's got a lot of different recipes. Probably, I bet you there's a quesadilla recipe in there. So this is Passport on a Plate, one of the many great cookbooks that you can check out from the Southfield Public Library. Boys and girls and grown-ups, I want to thank you for joining me today at Maker Monday. And remember to contact us. We're here for you. Bye.